Kyle here from allmusic.blogspot.com. I thought I'd do today is maybe a couple videos I have time. For one, the first of two Record Store Day are coming up on this coming Saturday, June 12th. June 12th, yeah. And I just list off some of the stuff that I'm looking forward to and how many items they have, how many copies they're selling. The biggest two for me are, we're going to get also, there's another Record Store Day on July 17th, but let's go over June 12th today. Maybe I'll do another one later, I don't know. But King's X has both their Tapehead record from 1998, and Please Come Home Mr. Bulbous from the year 2000 coming out. Both 2,000 copies, and first time they've ever been pressed on vinyl, so those are the priorities for me coming up this Saturday on June 12th. The other items, between my wife and me, there's some stuff that I might get, I might not get. One being Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Tarkus. I have it. I don't know if there's repressing something special about it. I want to find out a little more information about it. I mean, I'm on the site, but it'll just take me too much time to look that up. Isan, the singer from Emperor, who I'm sort of a mild fan of, but the one record I've enjoyed from him, it's called After, and there's 2,500 copies. It's like progressive black metal with saxophone. The saxophone is what really stood out on that record. That one I'm less even interested than Tarkus, but I don't know. Then, let's see here, there's Opeth Morning Rise, 3,500 copies. The early Opeth I'm sort of lukewarm on too. Again, if I'm paying $25 to $40 for some of these, it's probably not as much of a priority, but it's noteworthy at least. Ultravox's Vienna. Now, there's Steven Wilson remixes, and there's 2 or 3 listings on the Record Store Day site. 2,500 and 1,500 copies. The thing about this band Ultravox is I watch and listen to Jake Rude do Transmission every Saturday night, and I don't know, it was like 4 months ago, he played a song from them. The title track from Vienna, I was just floored by this. It was like gothic prog of sorts with piano and strings and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. But I always thought of the name Ultravox, they were like some sort of techno or highly electronic band, but I think I'm mixing them up with someone else. But album came out like in 1980. So there's a Steven Wilson remix or multiple remixes, I'm not sure. My only thought is, would I want to buy this or would I want to look for a first pressing? Maybe ultimately both, because I did listen to Vienna and was pretty impressed by it. I don't know if there's any of the other Ultravox records I'm going to be that into necessarily, but they're a band that I'm just starting to sort of investigate. But the Vienna record is good, and so I would be interested in buying it. Just I'm not sure whether the Record Store Day one or if I could find an earlier pressing would be worth, especially for the money. So, but I don't know how easily that's found. Also, that's the thing. So then Warpaint, a band that I'm a pretty big fan of, the all-female 4-piece. Their album The Fool is getting a remix from someone named Andrew Weatherall. There's 2,500 copies. And I love them. That album, the debut album, The Fool, I like the EP that came before it, Exquisite Corpse, but I consider it probably still their best record. I'm not sure, because it's just remixes. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be, excuse me. I'm not sure how much I'm going to necessarily be looking to get that, but in the grand scheme of this list, it's sort of in the middle. I mean, depending on what else I'm able to find or want to save money for, depending on. But I might get it. I don't know. We'll see if I show that. The last item for me is this, the second album from the band Vast. Vast are a band, they're sort of, actually not, they probably are influenced by Ultravox. I associate them with the band Hours. John Crosby, it's really one guy, and they're kind of a studio project. Their first album, Visual Audio Sensory Theater, that that's their sort of, that's my go-to. The second album has a couple pretty good songs. I thought it's called like Free or something like that. There's 2,000 copies of it. I'm sort of on the fence, you know. Maybe, maybe not. I should maybe give that album a listen again this week. I have it on CD. I could maybe show it, but so the wife has a couple things on her list for June 12th, this coming Saturday. Kenny Loggins at the Movies. There's 21,000 copies of that supposedly, so it shouldn't be that difficult to find. It's all his Kenny Loggins songs that have been featured in movies, from like Danger Zone from Top Gun to I'm Alright from Caddyshack and a lot of other stuff. I think he may have had a song in one of the Beverly Hills Cops too. So yeah, Danger Zone. I'm thinking of. I don't know, was that in Cocktail? I can't remember. He may have had a song in Cocktail. Anyway, so that hopefully we'll end up getting. We'll show that. Then Robert Palmer has something called Sneaking Sally Through the Alley, which is 2,500 copies. She's a huge Robert Palmer fan. I'm not, but I'll take her word for it that this is definitely worth seeking out if it's available. And then the last one for the June 12th she has is The Truth, which is 13,000 copies from Prince. Again, although I'm taking more Prince in the last, say, year especially, I can't claim to know that off the top of my head what's on that exactly. So, so I have my list for July 17th, Saturday, July 17th, and maybe I'll do a separate video for that. I might, but I can say the one, you know, earmarked priority item is also a King's X album. It's Manic Moonlight, which I know a lot of fans are sort of lukewarm about or don't really care that much for. I happen to absolutely adore that record. I've talked about it almost ad nauseum in my blog and on some of the message boards over the years, but that having coming out on vinyl is a really big deal. Among the 3 King's X albums that are coming out on vinyl now, that's definitely the one I want the most. Although I want the other 2. I want Please Come Home Mr. Bulbous and Tapehead as well. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to only 2,000 copies of it, but hopefully we get it, and hopefully I'm able to get it. So and I'll talk more about some of the stuff on the 17th maybe in a later video, but there's some other stuff. And we sometimes end up finding other things just at the store when we're there. It's just a matter of, you know, how much money. I'm trying to figure out the budget and how much all these copies would end up. I want to hopefully spend, you know, it'd be ideal between the 2 record store days, $200 or less. But I mean, if I'm spending $200, yeah, $200 to $300 would probably be like my ballpark. I don't want to spend a lot more than that. But if we could spend less, it'd be great. So, because there's not, like, other for myself, the King's X is really where the priority is. My second choice after the King's X would probably be the Ultravox, but we'll see. So, thank you for watching. What's on your wish list for this coming record store day? Do you have, like, are you going to record store day? You know, if you're vaccinated, or just wear a mask. You know, have you gone to the last few record store days? We did sort of do the record store day a little bit last year, but in sort of after the fact. We didn't do it on the day of, but you know, we're both vaccinated. We'll probably wear masks. It's just, I don't know, the tradition of going to eat somewhere may not happen. We may pick up. Hopefully, if the weather isn't too hot. It's been in the highs in the 90s the last 3 or 4 days, and it's going to be that way till at least Wednesday. Come Saturday, the highs are projected somewhere in the 80s. So if we're early enough, it may not be too bad. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.